Hi everyone, welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm DK.
I'm Rizzo.
And I'm Zero, and today in Anime Reaction Watch episode 6 of Rewrite.
If you want to check out our reaction to the 6th episode of Rewrite, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we'd love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga. Don't forget to like and share our videos. And thanks for watching.
So this time on Rewrite, we kind of get a group outing.
There were actually several of them, mostly bogus leads.
So, the beginning of the episode has Kotaro thinking about what he wants for lunch.
Oh, that's not important. We can move on to the next bit.
It is entirely important.
Lucha making good on her promise.
It's probably more important than the motive between Guardian and Gaia that we had revealed.
It's probably more important than the rest of the episode to us.
Yep.
Because Lucia in a much too small maid outfit.
Much too small. Oh my god.
She was spilling out of it.
Well, the top drawer half pulled out.
But yeah, so she served him homemade lunch
That her and Shizuku made. That was pretty nice.
Yep. Anyway, then we get kind of a quick succession of not actually supernatural investigations. So we get
Excalibur?
We get an Excalibur.
Which looks like a toy sword stuck in the shelving at a Dagashia.
It was.
Yeah.
We get a let's see, there was the Laughing in the Dark, which turned out to be a toy that was laughing.
The ogre that haunts the school.
The ogre that haunts the school, which turned out just to be that one guy.
And I guess the ancient cave or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the T-Rex.
Yeah, the ancient cave with the human and dinosaur bones all in the same location.
And the T-Rex boning the Triceratops.
And yeah, they were all movie props.
Yeah, they were all movie props that got dumped after a movie. And then we come to the main part of the episode, which was about, I guess they were investigating what was it exactly?
Forgot the name.
It was called Utopia. They were looking for a utopia in the forest.
Yeah.
I think where like monsters kind of all live.
Yeah.
As it turns out, this episode turned very environmental very fast.
Yeah.
Because the utopia in the forest was actually just a swamp that people dumped.
Yeah.
Probably some kind of industrial waste at.
It's the whole environmental conversation started when they started encountering bugs, and one of the members, I forgot who it was, started mentioning that they use a bunch of pesticides at the edge of the forest to keep all the bugs outside of the city and away from the people.
Yeah.
So
it was Lucia and the club president. I forgot her name, but I kind of got into it a little bit.
With conversations like that, I tend to get people confused, so sorry. But the environmental conversation started there, and you kind of start getting hints from the president that she hates humanity.
Yeah, I think that she's probably associated with Gaia.
That would make sense, considering the organization's name.
Yeah.
And yeah, that conversation kind of snowballed, or actually, it kind of came back when Kotaro and the club president were alone later on in the club.
But we'll get to that. Continuing on into the forest, they find a river of rainbows.
Swamp.
Swamp of rainbows.
A polluted swamp.
Yep.
And it's revealed that the monsters are just animals with birth defects.
It's actually really interesting if you actually see a ton of oil on water.
It kind of shimmers like that.
It really does shimmer like that. There was an area when we were where we all grew up where you could follow a creek that just stretched from end of the city to the other end of the city, and if you followed it all the way down towards our out into the country a little bit, there was an area where it had about 15 different cars that were just stacked up in a lot.
It wasn't an official junkyard either.
It wasn't an official junkyard.
People just dumped them there when they went kaput.
Yep. Anyway, there was a pond puddle area over there that looked very similar. It wasn't like as vibrant as colored, but it was very, very vibrantly reflective like that. And I do remember stopping by there once or twice. So yeah, I remember at the end of the episode you were like, I don't know what kind of school kid would run into that. I was about 12 when I first ran into that. So yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like a little like when you said like industrial waste or something. I thought it was like that access to such an area would be more restrictive, kind of like the exclusion zone around Chernobyl or something like that.
It's not.
Yeah.
But so when they're exiting the forest, Kotaro sees the white-haired girl, the vampire,
The ribbon.
and he goes to follow her, and she's in front of that tree that she was at the very beginning of the first episode, and he gets flashes from that. So I guess I'm not sure. I guess he doesn't remember that or anything. And then also his childhood friend comes running after him first, and she kind of has that moment where she stops too. So I'm wondering if she's remembering anything from that either.
And I'm sure this incident was quite a while ago because the vampire, Kotaro, and that redhead childhood friend, I don't remember, but the three of them looked older in the new scene, but much younger in the flashback scene.
I didn't really get a good look at what Kotaro was wearing there, but he looked to be wearing a gakkeron rather than the blazer that he wears for the current school he's at.
Yeah.
So it could have been when they were in middle school.
I just noticed tits. She was much smaller back then.
This guy. Anyway, so then we get the scene where the club president is talking to Kotaro at night in the school when Kotaro's writing his I guess summary of what happened.
First thing I want to note is that she wasn't wearing the school uniform anymore. She was just wearing straight black. Much like what's her name was wearing during the forest trip.
What's her?
The purple hair.
Lucia.
She was wearing all black during the forest trip.
Well, it was supposed to be a day off, so I guess they can dress how they like.
Yeah. The one that name again?
Lucia.
The one that Lucia was wearing was a little bit more ornate. The one that the president was wearing was straight plain. Like the agent ones that Lucia and Shizuku was wearing at the end of the last episode. I just want to point that out. I noticed that.
Yeah. But basically, she drops hints that she's probably affiliated with Gaia, because she basically says, if you want to get rid of the pollution problem, you should probably just kill all humans.
And with that, I think we pretty much have the motives for both Guardian and Gaia. The two different approaches to saving the planet.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. We have our conflict. Pretty big. But not as big as Lucia and the Maid Outfit.
And then, so we also get a scene where Kotaro's at home and he gets a call from the girl from the school newspaper.
Anyway, yeah.
And so he tells her what they had found in the forest. And then she tells him that basically he can read about her, what she's going to be doing about it on the front page of the school newspaper the next day, or the next issue. And then 3 days later, another person from the school newspaper club tells Kotaro that she's been missing for 3 days.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
And there we have it.
And that's probably going to be the next episode.
The next route.
But anyway, so let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm BK.
0.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.